Dan Quinn.
Quinn, yeah. He said, how the hell they still got a job and I don't? I said, the shade, man. Really, the shade, right? You know, because he swore Shanahan blew that Super Bowl, you know.
I think it was y'all played, man. Y'all suck.
Well, I think it was
Tom Brady.
I think it was me looking at the TV with you. You know, you a Saints fan.
No, the problem was y'all celebrating too early. Sit-ons, lid.
No, it wasn't that.
I had cheerleaders running around the house.
What it was, right?
Love it. It was. Hey, to see the look on y'all faces, y'all celebrating. Oh, we got a Super Bowl. New Orleans can't talk no mess to us no more. Yeah, it ain't lasted long.
That was a scary play calling, though. That was some scary play calling. Really.
How you felt, man? You still hurt?
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
Look, all my partners from here, that still hurt.
I'm still, man. That's a hangover I ain't got over yet.
That's a soft topic.
Yeah, that's a hangover. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the Inside the Real Room podcast. My man Daryl.
And my right hand man Alvin. What's happening, man?
Man. How you been, man?
Man, been dealing with life, man.
Yeah, we've been absent.
Yeah, we've been absent for a minute, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know, people I know y'all thought we was gone, but guess what? Y'all can't get rid of us.
No, we ain't going nowhere. We here.
No. We here to stay.
Yeah, man. Producers had things to do. Yeah. We had things to do.
So that was life inside the real room.
Yeah.
You know, life goes on inside the real room. You know, real life things we had to do.
So you think you'll be a little rusty today?
Who? Russ?
Yeah.
Where they come from? What's the definition of that?
I was just asking the question, man. When people be going a while, they say they come back rusty.
Cars get rust. You know, some other things get rust, but not Alvin.
Oh, really?
Alvin don't get rust.
All right, drop and give me 20.
Oh, man. Hey, if we didn't have all the equipment, you know.
Okay, next time.
Because you know, I'm still there now. I still give a run for the money now. And you see me in action with that.
I don't remember that.
I know you would say that. I would say. So what's on your heart, man? What's on your heart today?
Man, a lot been going on, man. Before we even get started, man, my partner in Louisiana going through it, man.
Wow.
They infringing on my man's civil rights and everything. So he in the mix going through it. Wow. And by the way, people, his name is Wendell Price in Acadia Parish in Louisiana. Y'all check that out. Hopefully when he get out, we got to have him on the show so he can tell the story.
Right.
And the crazy part is like people get in the system and they try to forget about him, try to make him be quiet and not say nothing. And he fighting corruption in the state. In the state, yeah. So they trying to hush him up and make him be quiet. Wow. A lot going on in that, but we'll definitely talk more about that. Wow. And hopefully we can get him on here.
Yeah, man, that's serious.
Yeah,
that's
real
serious,
life, man.
That's real life.
Yeah. That been on my mind, been stressing because I'm like, shit, I'm way over here. I can't do too much, but you know.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. So what actually happened?
Well, he had a court case coming up. Him and a guy got into it. It was a big thing, and what was happening was they wasn't treating the guy as a felon. He had a gun, so they treating him the same, and that's how it all started. He was like, "Yo, dog, he's supposed to be in jail. He can't get out."
Right.
So they had a court cases coming up. So he was online. He do live Facebook, and he talk about the corruption that's going on.
Okay.
And they hate that.
Right.
So he
and that's in the city.
That's in the city and in the state.
Tell us what city in the state
is in the city of Rayne and Crowley, Louisiana.
Okay.
Between the two cities. The city he live in is Rayne, but where they process everything for courts is in Crowley, Louisiana.
Okay.
So that is so corrupt in Crowley, it's crazy. They under investigation, all kind of stuff going on in there. Wow. A lot of times people get in there and it's so hard for them to have a trial date, stuff like small stuff just to keep somebody locked up. And for him, it's like every time you turn around it's something else. The first attorney he hired, they went to court, and let me start over from the beginning. He was arrested for posting something on Facebook. It wasn't no threat.
It wasn't no threat.
It wasn't no threat. It wasn't no I'm gonna kill somebody, blow somebody up. He was talking about the ADA, and he had been doing this for weeks. But when he mentioned the ADA name, he was mad. So they arrested him for that. They went to his house, took his phones, laptops. He got home cameras. They took that too. Like, that's a little excessive.
That's because he was on Facebook?
Yes, that's excessive. Okay. So they arrested him.
Wow.
And it was the day before Mardi Gras. So I think like 2 days later he went to court. So he gonna get spanked on the hand. You gonna let him go because it wasn't no crime. Right. But they try to use some old law saying like if you physically harm a government official, physically, like you fight somebody in courtroom or something like that. It was none of that.
Well, so physically he was typing. Physically that did harm.
Yeah.
And he got charged with typing, and that was harm to official.
Yeah, it says intimidating or harming a witness. Ain't no witness, you're an ADA. Like that the law don't even apply to that. So that's how all that started. So when it went to court, the bondsman in there, he ready to bond out of jail. The ADA put the judge like, it's not no crime.
Right.
You know, it's nothing else. You got anything else? So his attorney didn't even say nothing. So he was like, the ADA was like, yeah, I'm gonna put a hold on him. So however it worked, whatever he told the judge, they put a hold on him, and he can't bail out.
They put a hold on him.
They put a hold on him in court. So after that, you're supposed to have you get another chance to go to trial to get him to bail out because it's a hold. He ain't no flight risk. He ain't got no passport. Like, what's going on? His family is right here.
Right. And you know, really, Hudson took everything anyway,
so
right?
like, what's really going on? So that's how it all started. Then he fired his first attorney, got another attorney. The attorney put the paperwork in so they could have a hearing, so he could bond out. The week before, that attorney gets suspended. Suspended.
So that's just, you know, really that's nitpicking and everything.
Yes, it's like so much as things keep happening over and over. But now the ADA, he supposedly he's going to another job. I don't know if he's moving up or moving to another city or whatever. So I think it's like May 12th. So he supposedly, since he's leaving, the hold should be removed, but they're trying to get to court before that because he got a new attorney now and to get the process moving. And he told me there's so many other brothers that's in jail that this is happening to. Like, they just push them in the back and don't care. It's crazy, man. Right. But people, I need y'all to tune in. His name is Wendell Price, Wendell Price, Price. Go to Facebook, check it out. He posts a lot of stuff. He have a lot of live, and he talk about like the corruption that's going on. How
can the people listening help you?
Yeah. Hey, this is what I need y'all to do. Go to his Facebook page, put up a flexing arm, put a prayer hand, something to show him support and let him know that people are being aware of what's going on and people do hear him. So I need all my Louisiana people, all my Georgia people, y'all tune in and check it out. Because like the biggest thing is like if this happened to him, this can happen to anybody.
Right. And not just only Louisiana and Georgia, everybody that's listening, you know, hey, this brother needs some help.
You need some help, big time. Man.
You know,
big
and
time.
let's see what we can do to help and get this to the forefront.
Yeah,
you know, that's the biggest thing. Once you get things like this to the forefront, then the news and everybody can start looking at it.
Yeah,
you know, and you can get one of these guys that's in the news to investigate what's going on. You know, I think that little city or whatever, everything needs to be investigated about that. If they just holding people like that, then something ain't right.
Something not right, man. All right.
Wow.
So y'all do that for me and show that support.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good, you know, because we need to come together with things like this and let the public be aware of what's going on.
Yeah, because
and how people are being treated wrong for no reason.
And they continuously get away with it. And that's the problem. They know they can get away with it. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. Ain't nobody gonna stand up and try to fight. But I told them, like, I'm gonna do what I can. I got your back 100%.
Right. Well, that's it. Then that means we all have your back.
Yeah, for sure, brother. For sure.
Falcons Saints draft. How would you grade the Saints draft?
My draft? I give it a C+.
A C+?
A C+. If we would have got Sheduer, we'd have had an A+. But I already told you that before the draft. They don't want that. They want Manning. That's all that was about, man. They want Manning. They did it on purpose. They gonna pick this dude up that stay hurt.
They not sure to get him.
Oh, they will, man.
A C+, man. I would give that thing a F-, man. Can you get a F-? You know, come on, C+, man. You got a quarterback. First of all, that's trash. I mean, trash. You know, he hurt.
Alvin.
No,
that's one person. We got 9. We picked 9 people.
Wait, hold on. Let me finish. Then you got a lineman that got beat up on. Georgia beat that boy up so bad he should have took his shoes and not ran away from the draft.
Have you seen
not
that boy's
to the
stats?
draft.
That boy allowed 3 sacks this whole year.
Well, that was
his whole career.
Then that means Jalen Walker had all 3 of them.
Jalen
right?
Walker only had 1. Jalen Walker only had 1. How many sacks did Jalen Walker have this year? Exactly. That boy had 1 good year. Didn't he come off the bench?
Jalen Walker.
Hold up. Excuse me. Excuse me.
You said, did he come off the bench?
Excuse me.
That's what you come off, Darryl, to make it great. You come off the
No,
bench.
he ain't started for Georgia. He came off for Georgia bench. So don't give me like he's some great player, man.
Come
Get
on,
out of here with that.
Oh, look.
Get out of here with that. That boy came off the bench, man. You telling me some bench player number one?
You told me that guy could pull, right? He's a pulled pork sandwich. If he pull around the corner, he gonna be ate up, like a sandwich. So come on, let's move. Oh, ask me what my grade is. You ask me what my grade is.
So you go, and we picked up the safety from Virginia. Boy, run a 4-4, a dog, wrap up, tackle.
What is his name?
Mr.
Roof. You say he was Mr. Roof.
I wrote it down. It's on my paper.
Shit. Y'all picked him up, right?
Let me get my paper.
Pull pork, roof, and what's the next one? Yeah, you good.
Vaughn something. Jonas.
Don't
Something.
get nervous. You all nervous over there.
Jonas. No, I got it in my paper.
Hey.
From Virginia, Jonas something.
So Kevin Bates, first round pick.
Yeah, I know Baker.
Tyler Sharpe. Vernon, Broughton?
Yeah.
Broughton from Texas.
Yeah, from Texas. That's the second.
Defensive end. Sanker. Safety from Virginia.
All right, Danny
Glover.
Stutzman.
He the question one I told you.
Okay. Yeah, from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Your second, fourth round pick, Quincy Riley.
He gonna be a sneaky one. He a 4-4 too. Yeah.
Devin Neal.
He running back from Kansas. He gonna be a dog. He gonna be a dog.
7th round pick, 2 7th round picks. First one was
No.
Oh, that tight end from UCLA. He ain't go play. Second, third round pick. It was that's my guy. He run a 4-4. Riley run a 4-4. Yeah.
Okay, that is an F minus, right? When we move to the Atlanta Falcons, I'm looking at this round 1, 15 pick was Jalen Walker. Right?
Man, who cares?
Man, we came back up in the first round with the 28th pick and got James Phipps, right? And then I'm just saying, I'm giving it to you. Then this was a steal.
Who?
The third round, the 96th pick, we got Xavier Watts from Notre Dame.
He stole your money just like Kirk Cousins.
He was a steal, right?
He
was a steal, right?
He stole their money just like Kirk.
Unlike the Saints got what the quarterback name? What is his name? Billy Boozle? Oh,
you know who he want? I told you that before the time. You already know that.
Then this what I like.
What?
We stayed on the defensive side of the ball. 4th round. We got 118. We went and got Billy Bowman Jr. from Oklahoma.
From Oklahoma.
Back, right?
Boo.
Yeah.
Boy, I can't play cards. I checked him out. He can't play cards.
This was a good thing, right? We know Matthews. We know he's getting old.
Matthews who?
On the offensive line for the Falcons.
What offensive line you got, bro?
The big tackle
what offensive
on
line
the left-hand side, Jake Matthews is getting old, right? So guess what we did? We went and got Jack Nelson from the University of Wisconsin with the 7th round, the 218th pick. Boy, we got on.
7 rounders.
We got on.
7 rounders.
Hey, I give our draft A, triple A, double A. All that.
That's a lie. You said the same shit last year. That's a lie.
So guess what?
That's a lie.
Y'all should go back and put the bags on y'all face again, cause your back, you are the inks in your bag face. That's what you need.
Oh, y'all had him with what's his name, Brokowski.
Cover your face,
you
man.
Need him. You had him with Brokowski. Was up?
Hey, how about them down? Go walk.
Don't feel like you don't remember that. You had them bags on when Brokowski was your quarterback.
All in all, when it come down to the draft, right?
You talking about 7 round players? What are we talking about, bro?
Man, hey,
you talking about 7 round players?
You can get still. Tom Brady was what, an 8th or 9th round player or something like that.
He was no damn night round player.
Good, right?
He was no damn night round player. You just say shit. Night round player.
So but on another note, right? On another note, I wanna ask you.
What steal you got though? You said that boy, that DB was a steal.
It was a steal.
That boy ain't good, man.
I thought he was gonna go.
I checked that boy's stats. That boy suck.
Darryl, you can't read stats. You gotta look at stats. You gotta see what you read first. You can't read
that boy suck, man.
So you think?
And your player from Georgia wouldn't the dog. The other one.
I tell you.
Your other one was. Your linebacker was.
Oh no, you gonna see.
Your other one was.
You gonna see the half of quarterbacks that y'all got coming around the corner. Pull poke gonna come around there.
Alvin.
He trying to lead him.
He might not play.
Pull Polk gonna be the lead, and guess what? That safety gonna come up and take Pull Polk off.
He might not.
Walker gonna say, "Hold it, I got it first. Let me get a piece of this pork sandwich. I got it. Let's get it, man."
Walker might not play. Alvin. Walker was riding the bench. Walker was a bench player. It's Alvin. It's hard for a bench player to come in the league and start, man. I'm sorry.
Man, okay.
Unless your defense that bad.
So Pull Polk
unless your defense
that
that bad. Unless your defense that bad.
Pull Polk gonna start.
Unless your defense
I
that
asked the
bad.
question. Can I ask you a question? Pull Polk gonna start.
How a backup gonna start? You betting on a backup? I never heard that.
He's gonna start.
I never heard that in my life.
He gonna start. Believe that. Hey, his stats gonna show. But anyway, let's get back to the draft with the Saints, right? All honestly serious, I would really definitely grade that F minus.
That's your opinion. That's how you feel. I grade y'all a D. You got two players. You got a backup.
Defensive back. That's what we got.
Now your boy,
defense,
the boy at Pierce gonna be different. Pierce a different player. He gonna be better than your boy from Georgia. He gonna be better than Georgia. You want to bet that? Let's bet that. You want to bet that? You want to bet that? No, I don't want to hear that. You want to bet that?
Different positions.
Exactly, man. Get out of here.
They play different positions.
He defensive end.
You can't say Walker's a hybrid. He's a linebacker, man.
So what he gonna play with y'all?
Outside. They play different positions.
He too small for an outside linebacker, man. He got away with that in college. He's too small, man.
Oh, he gonna be okay. He too
small.
He had 243. That's what most of your linebackers.
He ain't no 243, man.
Look and see.
About two.
No, he had 243.
He ain't no 243.
Yeah, I bet you 243.
Not playing linebacker.
Look and see what Walker with.
He ain't no 243 playing linebacker, man.
He about 243.
Maybe that's why he came off the bench.
He's a hybrid.
Maybe that's why he came off the bench.
Yeah, because he's a hybrid, and we gonna see him change the defense. We're gonna see him change the way them guys play.
You believe that, or you just talking?
Oh man,
you just talking shit.
I know that.
He's listed at 6'1", 245 pounds.
See,
he's too slow.
That's the average size of the linebacker.
He gonna be an end. He gonna be an end, man. He ain't fast. He gonna be an end.
Oh, he quicker. He beat Pull Pork every time he came around now. He beat
so
up.
How many sacks he had?
You got the video to show.
It was one play.
Two plays.
It was one play.
All day long.
Alvin, the play was over with. The play was over with. Everybody standing looking around this way.
The play was over with.
And then the quarterback, you got 5 seconds to throw the ball. Come on, man. Yeah, that man had one play, and you going off for one play. The dude didn't start for y'all, man. The dude came off the bench, man. Dude came off the bench.
Hey, let's clap for
you.
Plates.
You supporting that?
They got an F minus.
You like that? You like that? I can't believe it. You like it. That's one thing. That's one thing about Senegal. Senegal keep it real. You don't. You be fooling yourself.
Senegal.
You fooling yourself.
Hey, Senegal, you fooling yourself. You think Pull Pork fit to block somebody? You come on, man.
Alvin, the boy was top 3 in offensive tackles.
Offensive tackles.
Yes.
Against who? Against what team?
Against every team in college. The boy was top 3. Pull your stats up, man. Research that. Use your phone. The ball was top 3.
Moving forward, let me ask you a question. What do you think about Sheduer Sanders? What do you think about him sliding?
Hold up, man. Time. The bums.
Look,
now that boy Pierce, I can't lie. Pierce gonna be good. And that's everybody sleeping on him. Nobody really know him. Pierce gonna be good.
Well,
Pierce
that's
gonna
why they the night before the draft, they actually met with his family.
Oh, for real?
And he had a few problems in college.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had a few problems. But what happened was they went to him, and laid it online, asked him, and he had changed, I mean, you can't expect these kids to really go all the way through.
In your first time leaving home?
Yeah,
you gonna do something.
So they talked with him, and nobody knew that they met with his parents him and his parents the night before the draft.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and nobody knew it. And then they told after they had drafted him, right? And they chose him. That's why they traded back up to get him.
He could be our best player.
Yeah, they traded up to get him.
You ranking on that Georgia boy.
Right.
The boy can't play cards.
I think he's gonna be fine. But let me ask you this then. Why do you think Sheduer slipped the way he slipped? Now he was projected to be a first rounder. They didn't say, but they said a first rounder, right? Now he slipped. He slipped from the first round all the way to 144. What you think about that?
Man, it was bigger than football, man. That young man had the stats, record clean, come to work every day, vibing with the team, with everybody.
Right.
He showed respect to everybody. Wherever he go, he showed respect.
Right.
And when you're drafting, you worried about what you do on the outside, but you especially worry about what you doing between the lines on the field. Exactly. This man checked all the boxes. Every week it was something different. He got a weak arm this week. Next week it was, he don't run a lot. He stay in the pocket too much. Like, the man ain't had an offensive line.
That was true. And I could say in Jackson, he didn't have the greatest line in Jackson. And especially when he went to Buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
Like you say, he was fighting for his life.
For his life.
Man, for his life.
Man, they had plays Dion had to tell him to run the ball. He was getting killed. And one thing they can't say, he ain't tough. He got up every play. Got back on the field, never threw nobody under the bus.
Did you ever see him throw anybody on the
Never. When he had every right to.
Right.
Never said nothing wrong. This line sucked. Nothing. Never got in nobody's face. Always was professional about everything and played football.
Only person face he got in was Travis Hunter. And you know why they could do that to each other.
Oh, yeah,
He'd say, hey, man, I'm open. I want the ball, And Sheduer's like, hey, well, I got Jimmy Horn. I got a couple of more of these guys. Let's spread it around. But, Travis and I heard Cam Ward do an interview.
I saw it.
And he said, hey, he gonna push me. We gonna push each other.
Yeah,
and we'll be better. They worked out together.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, okay, but slipping all the way down, that's
And even if you slip out the first round, cool. Second, at the top of the second round or top of the third round, you're supposed to be off that board, man. Nobody can't tell me that guy ain't nobody, no team gonna take a chance on that talent.
Right. So let me ask you this then. Looking at that talent we talking about, just his talent alone, right? Do you think that Dart should have went to the Giants over Sheduer?
No, man.
Okay.
Hell no.
So
Dart had 2 years ago, Dart was up there. Like last year, he didn't look like nothing.
Right.
Like why would you take that gamble on that?
Right.
Like no, man. That's everything was all set up. After they started putting out all that negative press, all it takes is for one team to be like, I don't know. They get on the phone, they start talking, and then and another thing, which could have happened too, and this has been the most watched draft ever. Guess everybody wanted to see Sheduer. So what if they on the phone and be like, no, don't take him now. Let them ratings keep going up. It could have been that too.
Well, I heard the owners said pull him off the board. They was telling him, pull him off the board, right? It was a lot, like you said, it was a lot going on. They said he had bad interviews. I heard he was entitled. And let's look at the word entitled. What do entitled mean? What does that mean for a kid that's coming? His daddy made money. His daddy was famous.
Yeah.
That wasn't his. That was Dion.
Yeah.
So what was entitled?
And he made them boys work.
Yeah.
He made them boys work for whatever they wanted.
Right.
He ain't gave them nothing. He made them work and to put that in them, especially being an African American man in this country, you got to work twice as hard. Yeah. And they saw that. They saw that name on that jersey.
Sanders.
They didn't like that.
Yeah.
A lot of because even like. He's been out the league so long, but they don't like that. They don't like to see the elevation of him, what he's doing now,
right.
How he's growing and changing these lives of these young men,
right.
Making them young men, not just football players, his life after this. And that's crazy, man.
Well, they have to listen to these kids and listen to what they say about Dion.
Yeah.
Right? I haven't heard the kids say anything negative about them, but how he helped them along the way.
Yep.
Some of the kids came to Jackson as well as Colorado with nothing.
Yeah.
With nothing. And the first thing he would always say, hey, you know what? Football, football. We're going to put football. If you ain't getting your grades, they would hear him say, if you're not getting your grades, you're going to be off the football team. So he pushing them young men to become just not football players,
beyond
but
that.
Be ready for the world.
And not to cut you off, he did a segment today. The whole football team was a 3.0 GPA. The whole football team. That's unheard of. That don't happen nowhere.
Right.
Nowhere. 3.0 students,
right.
The whole team. Oh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. And it's just so he's so big, and Dion do what Dion want to do, and that rubs some people the wrong way. And I hate that they try to label his son with the same thing. It's two different people. And he coming at arrogant or whatever. Who's not arrogant? What quarterback is not arrogant? You got to have a little bit of that swag on you, a little bit of chip on your shoulder. You got to have that. What grown men go get behind somebody coming there scared to call a huddle or tell another player nothing? That's what you want as a franchise. You need that leader.
Hey, Baker did.
Yeah, Baker.
Johnny
they was crazy.
Yeah,
them boys was drinking, partying,
right.
Doing all. He don't do none of that stuff.
You never heard him get in any trouble.
Any trouble? None.
No trouble.
None. Just focus on football. That's it.
Like, well, as a father, you teach your kids to be the best they can be.
Yeah.
You instill confidence in your kids. it ain't got to be cocky, but it's confidence. And that's what Deion said. Hey, I'm confident that he's gonna be good. I'm confident that he should have went. It should have been 1-2.
Yeah.
That's confidence, right? It's called protecting. Archie Manning, did he not protect Eli?
Man, they tried to make him the best dad ever.
Right. He protected his son though, right?
Yeah, and he told everybody the same thing. Dion did the same thing. What's the difference?
Right. So I want to ask you that question. What's the difference between Archie protecting his son and Dion protecting his son?
None. It's the same thing. They don't like that though, because Dion been the talk of the town. Dion, they don't want him to think he's greater than them 32 teams.
Well, one thing you can say and anybody can say about Dion, he said and he played.
Oh yeah.
On the field, he did what he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
And then coming out, he become a great businessman as well as a coach, right? Everybody wanted to play for Dion when he was at the traveling team. Yeah. Everybody wanted to play for him. And so I'm looking at this right here, hey, some people got it, some people don't.
Some people don't. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Being Dion, being a father of Sheduer, two things. As the drive keep going and he keeps slipping, what do you say to him? And being a father, how do you feel about that?
Well, first thing you're gonna tell him is, you're gonna tell him, son, hey, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I taught you to these things would come up, these things would happen, right? Because of my name. So you tell him it's gonna be okay. Second thing, right? To slip that far, come on. I call it collusion.
I think so.
I call it collusion,
so.
right?
Steve A. mentioned that too,
I call it collusion, right? If we weren't seeing a Colin Kaepernick thing all over again, what were we seeing?
Same thing.
Just because he had a watch on and his arm like this right here.
And who don't celebrate?
That's what I'm saying.
Who don't celebrate?
He showed it on the field.
Yeah.
He showed them. You say he couldn't throw, man. Lewis Reddy broke it down. They showed every pass, right? I'm like, okay, man, he put the pass right here. He put it here. He throw it over the top, right? They showing everything that he's done. Now, I want to ask you this right here.
What's up?
They say a quarterback is an athlete, right? Then they say they want a traditional quarterback. What was Sheduer?
He was a traditional, what they wanted. He was everything they wanted. Plus,
standing in the pocket, right?
Plus, that's what they wanted. He stand in the pocket. He could go through his progressions. Everything. That's what you want. You want you a stud back there, ain't scared to get hit, and they tore him up last year. He got two out the frame, and still come back every play. And like you said, never chewing nobody out. Mind is on the game, and he's playing football. That's what you want. That's a leader.
And all the time, I saw him get knocked down. I saw him get himself up. I didn't even see a lineman run over there. Hey, he was up before they could get to him. Let's go. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. He didn't say, hey, you can see what's happening on the field.
Yeah.
Hey, you missed that block, man. What happened? No, none of that. None of that. He was professional. He was a professional with everything he did.
Oh yeah, everything.
Everything.
Off the field
right.
too.
And even when it came down to this draft, he was very professional about it.
Oh, another thing. What you think about your coach's son?
Oh, wow.
Your coach's son.
Wow.
Getting the phone number from Sanders and prank calling.
Wow. You know what? Now that's entitled if you ask me.
Oh, of course.
That's entitled if you ask me.
Of course.
If you ask me, Jeff, Albright, whatever his name, Oprah. Yeah. And his son, Jax. Now Stephen A. said something, right? He said he needed an ass whoop.
Oh, he needed one.
He did.
He needed one.
I'm going to tell you, my son's sitting right across from me right now. If he did something like that at an age, I'd have whooped his ass. I would have did that.
And I'd have called defects too.
Well, you'd call defects. And defects could have take my ass where they gonna take me, right? And I still came back and I say, son, I whooped your ass because of that, and call defects again. Because at the end of the day, we talking about entitled. That's entitled, right?
And the thing about it, these idiots, y'all going to college, y'all supposed to be smart.
Right.
They gonna record it.
But let me tell you
Why
this.
would you record what y'all doing?
He did not only do Sheduer. Sheduer was the, he was the most popular.
Yeah.
They did about 3 or 4 more.
I thought it was just one more. I didn't know that. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
You talking about, man, I'm like Stephen A. I would have whooped his ass. And I got to pay $100,000. Woo, wait.
Hey,
He didn't have enough ass for that $100,000, I'm telling you.
Yeah, you the broker? You've been whooping him for 2 days.
Man, that $100,000, man, that's a salary. A year's salary. Some people don't even make that much.
Yeah, that's for real.
You know, and then you gonna get up that way, and people was talking about how you get the number. Well, the NFL send the numbers out to the coaches.
Yeah.
You know, but my thing is, right, if this my laptop, if this my phone, this mine,
yeah,
you better not touch it.
Yes.
Open or not.
Yeah, and you ain't got nothing. Even if it's open, you pass by that. You don't touch it there and stuff.
Man, boy, woo, now that's entitled right there. That's really entitled.
I'd be like, hey, defects, I don't know what's going on, but I hear somebody screaming. I hear somebody screaming next door.
Screaming.
Yeah.
He trying to get off.
I see a guy with a red shirt and a red hat. I don't know if he's Santa Claus, but come get him.
Hey, this is a present. This is a Santa Claus present right here.
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
Yeah,
This is the biggest time for these young men's lives. You don't play football all your life. Like, you're waiting on that phone call to change your life.
Yeah.
And y'all play a prank? There ain't no prank.
Well, you know, and this, to me, this was one of the drafts, right? Like, it was something trying to be proven. They were trying to break. They tried to break Sheduer.
Oh, of course.
They tried to break him, you know. And then sometimes trying to be proved, but then on top of that, a prank.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You know,
I always pissed.
I mean,
you don't prank nobody like that.
You cannot. You can't do that.
And out of this time, if it's early in the day, something like that, you playing, that's more understandable than you waiting while the drive going on. This man that worked so hard for this moment in his life, and you ruin that.
That's his livelihood.
You ruin that, man.
Yeah, that's
what pissed me off. Like, no, and like you say, if I was his daddy, he need an ass.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Yeah,
man.
you know, man. Only reason why, you know, I ain't so hard on Jeff now because he's Atlanta Falcons coach. You know, if it wasn't for that right now, man, I've been saying, fine. After you should fire him. You should fire him.
Y'all need to. They ain't never won that.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. You know, I hope he turn up the defense on them and just go get those half a quarterback shit you got right there. You know, we go get, and then I hope this will happen, right?
Hey.
When he tell y'all number 79 pull gonna pull around here, y'all make sure y'all get it.
Hey, look, we had you say we had a half a quarterback. Didn't we beat y'all last year? We spanked y'all last year. Okay?
Did you?
How? So I guess
Did you?
What you got over there?
I don't remember
You
that.
letting us spank y'all? If we that bad? My quarterback's that bad?
I don't recall that.
Shit, ran you out the dome. You was in the dome. It ran you out the dome.
I don't recall that. Cool.
Who that? It ran you off the dome.
Cool beat us.
No, Cool was down with us. Hey, no, Cool thought he had to pack the bags.
Cool beat us.
Cool thought he had to pack the bags and get the hell out the country.
Y'all certainly didn't beat us. Cool beat us, you know. So
Cool, my guy, I like Cool. He's playing again next year, right? He playing this year, right?
I ain't even looked to see.
I hope so. I hope so.
If he make the team,
he on it.
Oh, wow.
Y'all have no backup?
Well, we don't.
No.
Oh wow, wow.
Hey,
Hey,
can I ask you a question?
Yeah, ask me.
Hey man, what's going on with you and these old men messing with these young women, man?
Me?
Shannon Sharpe and Billy Belichick, man. What's going on, man?
Me? I mean, you know, I don't have my wife. Me and her.
No. I just put you on that old category. Yeah.
Oh,
No, I know you're back.
I know.
Old category.
But anyway, you know what? Once a guy said this right here, his son asked him, say, "Pops, you know, you marrying? She's much younger than you." He say, "Son, it's better for me to be next to the live batter than the dead batter."
A live batter than a dead batter. Oh,
so I think that's what they thinking.
For real.
Yeah. But you know, I'm looking at this age gap is really that's
ridiculous, man. Bill Belichick need to be locked up, man.
Right.
That's sad, man.
Right. Yeah. And Shannon too. You know
Shannon, that's another story. We getting to him next though.
Okay. Let's go back to Bill. So I heard they was doing an interview, you know, with CBS, and they was asking a question of how they met.
Yeah.
And she said, "We're not going to answer. We don't talk about that. We ain't going to answer. We ain't going to do that right there."
For real.
Yeah. So from where I'm hearing, she cut off him a couple more times during the interview.
Doing the interview?
Yeah. But I thought she was a cheerleader for New England. I thought that's how they met. I may be wrong.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, but I thought that.
But what you getting out of this? Y'all can't even sit down and have a conversation. You have nothing to relate to.
It's
That's crazy.
They are not compatible
At all.
We talking about when you get into it, we talking about ages.
Yes.
Not ages, but years. We talking about gaps. So what could she possibly talk about that he could be interested in, and vice versa?
No, yeah, especially vice versa.
Yeah.
She's 24? What could a 24-year-old talk to? What are you, 60, 70 years old?
Almost 70 years old.
Like, what can she say to him?
You don't think he called, or you don't think, they got these sites and everything, where you find a little young girl.
He bought that ticket. He lied. He bought that ticket.
He bought a ticket.
And he bought that ticket. It was sitting side by side. He bought that ticket.
Was she in college? He paid her tuition. Oh, boy. He's really a sugar daddy. He a cake daddy.
Oh, that's a cake daddy. Yeah. Cake daddy for real.
Cake daddy. He's a cake daddy,
Now let's talk about your boy.
Oh, man.
What the hell he doing, man?
What? What he was doing a commercial for a roll?
Yeah.
Y'all go there, live battery again, boy.
I guess that shit do work.
Yeah. But you know what? Now, in his defense, he was set up because
he didn't
know she was recording.
But Alvin, you meet this girl on one of them damn sex sites. Come on, man, what he doing?
Donnie?
Oh, then he moved to California, then she moved to California.
Well, so this is what I heard, right? This is what I heard. I heard that, the pimp told her not to take that 10 million, right? And the reason why the pimp say don't take that 10 million, because he said that's my 10.
Oh yeah, you got.
So now you got to go get your own 10, and then you got to get 10 for the lawyer, and then 10 for everything else. That's what the pimp said, right? So Shannon look like you gonna have to give up that 50 or so, cause
Shannon say he got receipts, man. Shannon say he got receipts.
What possibly receipts could you have for a young girl? And you said you choked her.
No, she wanted
Everybody
to be
heard
choked,
that.
She said she liked to be
She
tied
said,
up like a dog.
She said, I don't want to be choked no more.
She said she liked to be tied up like a Georgia dog, man.
She said, I don't want to be choked no more. He was acting like a roof, wasn't he?
He from Georgia. he from Georgia, one of the Georgia boys, man.
I got to ask him what kind of collar was. Did he use the spike collar?
They only had one spike because he couldn't kill her. A spike collar. Man, that's crazy, man. They say she wanted to be choked, though. She was giving her what she wanted.
So he was abiding by her wishes.
Yeah, she wanted that.
That's wrong.
She sent a picture to him and said, I like this.
Wow,
you old men something else, man. You old men something else.
Man, them old men right there. Man, not never in my life, man. I wouldn't, that's just.
And that's another young girl. Like, what you getting with these young girls?
Once again, the age, the gap. What, let me ask you this right here. What conversation could she have that would take his attention for 5 minutes?
None. Give me some money. That's it. Cash out so I can go to the store. That's it. That's it. You can't do nothing else.
Or choke me.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. There's nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing y'all can relate to.
Man, nothing.
Y'all in totally two different generations, right?
Two generations. Now, did you hear the part about put the big black baby in me and all that? Is that racist? Don't that sound racist?
Man, I think y'all just some freaky old men. Hey, but he played along with it though, man.
Well, hold on. Look, now, I don't want to be in that category. Take me out of that category. You keep on saying that.
Oh, my bad.
Man, my wife might. You don't do that no more.
Hey, look,
my wife she might feel something.
Hey, y'all both are Georgia boys, man. So I feel like
we
y'all
are
relate,
Georgia
man.
boys, but I'm a respectful Georgia boy. I am very respectful. Won't ask a lady. I know choking, that's killing. Just about. Man.
You think that's a little racist? Put that black baby in me?
Oh boy, that's big time. And he going along with it.
Oh, he love it. It's exciting to him.
Now look. I'm gonna be real about this right here, right? Okay, you got a lot to lose. You got a brand.
Too much to lose.
You got a brand that you have really built up on, right? You built up on it. I mean, great.
Yeah.
You done did some great interviews.
Oh yeah, he done came
I'm
up
talking about like this, and then you do something like this. You know, come on.
And Monique told him.
Yeah, Monique told him, say, hey, stop messing with those young girls.
Yes.
And not only that, Cat Williams
Yeah.
He say, the reason why I don't, and he said it like this, I don't mess with white girls.
Yep.
That's what he said.
Yep.
And Shannon didn't, that was a clue.
And there's nothing you could do for this young girl, but her take your money. That's
he making himself look like the big dumbbell.
Yep.
You know, I mean, really, he is.
And
he
just stepped
and
down.
You're supposed to be lifting dumbbells, not acting like dumbbells. You know.
And he just stepped away from ESPN.
Well, I think that was the right thing to do.
You think they're gonna take him back?
That may save his career later on down the road. You know, if he get out of this right here.
You think they'll take him back though?
I think they will, cause the ratings was great. You know
it's Disney now though. You know it's Disney.
Yeah, I know. Well, Disney have done a lot of great things, and they've done a lot of things behind the back too that that wasn't right. You know, we can talk to a few people, and black.
Yeah.
You know that and I'm looking at this right here. Without that, still he would be fine because his brand, with his podcast is great. You know. Now I would miss that ESPN money now.
Oh yeah, of course.
And my boy Stephen A, cause they chemistry and Molly, they had good chemistry together.
Yeah.
Really they did. And then not only that, Shannon knew a lot about sports, not just football, sports in particular, basketball, football, all of it. So I would hope that on down the road somewhere, when he clear this, after he paid the pimp and all them, that he'll be able to get, because he got to pay the pimp. The pimp say, hey, I want my 10. That's why she said, no, we ain't doing no 10. Pimp say, that 10 is for me. You go get your 10. You get your lawyer, whatever you gonna get him. But I'm gonna get my 10, So
and the crazy part about it all happened right before he was supposed to get this big money.
Yeah.
And she knew about it. That's why it happened, man.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. You don't build your brand to that level.
And to let it be taken from one mistake could erase everything.
See, Dara, I wouldn't let you do that. I wouldn't let you do that. I wouldn't let you do little young white guy say no. I'll say no. Go about your business. No, no. That's my buddy. I wouldn't let you do it. But Monique tried to help him.
She told him. Like, settle down. You're too old for that. Yeah. Relax. You can't do nothing.
When he had Young Man on, he was talking about the age.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I saw that.
You sound like an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure he have a daughter.
I think he do.
How old is she? What when you put yourself in a position like that, you're not thinking only you think about yourself, but you got to think about your surroundings, your kids, your mother, your brothers,
everybody, because you're feeding everybody.
Yeah, your boys.
Yeah,
because they're gonna have jokes. They're gonna have jokes.
Oh yeah, until this thing is over with.
Yeah, they're gonna have jokes, right?
Oh yeah,
man, he got a live battery, man. They're gonna have jokes, man. So when it all boiled down to it, I think, I think that's a mistake that was made, that, you're responsible for it, own up to it, but do better.
Yeah, he gonna have to. Yeah. It just depends how long this case gonna be.
Yeah.
If it's gonna be suddenly over with, because that's gonna affect everything. Wow. If it's a long length of time, I don't think he's going back to ESPN.
Well, you said he had receipts, so what receipts he had?
The text messages and stuff like she's saying she was sexually harassed or abused or whatever. He just the receipts he has supposed to prove that no, this is consensual. This is what we've been doing this. But
the man said choke. He said that came out his mouth. You heard him.
But that's
how would that sound? How would that sound to you? I'm gonna choke you. Yeah. She said, I don't want to be choked no more.
Oh, she knew she was setting him up for that.
I don't want to be choked
no more. He fell for that.
She said, I don't want to be choked no more. I don't want to be choked. She was like, she was scared. I don't want to be choked no more. Hey, man. Hey.
Before she hit the recording or after?
she said recording. I don't want to be choked no more. Then she stop. Idiot. Hey, we're going to wrap this thing up, man. It's good to be back, man. It's good to be back.
Yeah, been a minute, man. It feels good to be back in the groove, man.
Yes. Real good.
Hey, so peeps, we need y'all to check us out on YouTube, Inside the Real Room Podcast. hit the like, hit the subscribe, get in the comments, tell us what y'all like, what y'all don't like, what y'all want to hear from us.
All right, that's it. And guess what? Until next time, this is a wrap.
We
My
out.
man.
Peace.